Greetings, fellow members of the Ark. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens, Episode 63, Illuminating the Pilgrim's Path. Oh my god, stop! They're prepare a while, they have a doomsday launcher. I'm gonna try to shell them. Do the best I can. Well, I guess Rogie, you don't get to fight. You don't have to fight in this fight. You're not even conscious. It's a pretty good reason to opt out. And here is the more efficient Ark. So instantly vaporize half of the remaining fuel in the Ark to create a surge of power. Refilling the batteries at the cost of significant 25% maintenance reduction of the Ark, power surges will temporarily disable nearby electronics. It can still be tuned. And in order to upgrade it, power surge needs to be activated 3 times. Which, in the middle of the raid, probably not the right time to do it. So our best shooters going to be JD and maybe Zeus and Cardinal 17. JD, Axios and Cardinal reporting to the mortars, trying to hit the Prime Army. Oh, they're attacking immediately. I misread that. Oh. Okay. Come up with an idea. So we really need to neutralize the Doomsday Launcher, Lover the Shipwright, and I'm going to do some switching of the gear in order to try to work that over. So Cardinal's going to inject Go Juice, because Cardinal doesn't mind. And take the sniper rifle, switching with JD. The front runners of this raid have mostly short-range weapons. So they're going to defend the front. Cardinal, on the other hand, is going to try to flank. Turrets are on. And we're also going to leave the door to get into the pillbox open. Lover's already rounding the corner here, though. It's a risk I'm going to take. I think what I'll do is I'm going to pivot my defenders over here to the other killbox area. And Cardinal is just going to have to pick on the stragglers. Now, the person to kill highest priority is Lover, who's somewhere in the stack. Where is Lover? Where? Oh, they're right here. Okay. Lover's aiming at us. Breaking line of sight. Because Cardinal is outside the kill box, Cardinal is a valid target, which means Fishpick can close this door, forcing them to go chase Cardinal down, but Cardinal's go juiced. AKA hard as hell to catch. Turn off the turrets. And, Axios and Zeusin try to get eyes on. From this distance, we don't have a line of sight on anyone. Alright, let's try to move up and see if we can't take pot shots at them as they leave. Alright, yep, we shot Lover again. Time break line of sight. So I'm just trying to harass them to reduce their chase capability. I have made it so that, oh, we're getting shot by a shotgun. I have made it so that Lover's in the back now, which is going to make it a little easier to divide and conquer, in my opinion. Arnold got clipped from India. You keep running north. And let's have Cardinal dip into cover and reopen the entry door. Turret's turning off. Cardinal's no longer going to be a valid target. And our defenders are now ready. So with Lover as one of the first ones back in, the hope is to isolate them as a target and take them out quickly. So we don't get doomed. Oh, Rogue's conscious again. That's good, I guess. Alright, break a line of sight. Lover is no longer aiming at us. And Fishpick is closing door. I was not... no, I did hit Lover one more time. That's good. Alright, Cardinal then poked back out to offer up as a valid target. Your valid target, of course, can just be an individual, so that's what I've been doing, is basically having Cardinal lure them all away. Acting as like human bait. And Lover, being as exposed as Lover is, I'm gonna have Fishpick pick a fight. Melee fight with the Doomer. That's definitely worth the risk. Alright, they're fleeing. Lover's down. Door is being forced closed. And all their fleers trying to come through the base are getting shot at. Golden, you any good? Not high up on my recruit list. You are unwaveringly loyal, so you're impossible to recruit. Fishpick has pretty superficial wounds. And Cardinal has pretty superficial wounds as well. Nice. Another day, another pile of corpses to clean up. As of course. So the danger of the power surge, if we want to do the adaptive fuel modulator, it allows you to adjust the fuel flow dynamically, matching the power adjustments and optimizing fuel usage. But it will require power surges. What do you want as next project? There's your choices. We can also upgrade... I forgot to upgrade the arc to that, which normally would be the highest priority. I would be doing it no matter what. The reason I am voting on it is I want you guys to decide whether I start power surging or not. I'll probably have to do a drug removal task soon. We have a lot of drugs in the colony now. A lot of, like, flake and other not particularly useful drugs, adding wealth to our colony. So we'll do a cleanup in a minute. Alright, we have almost 6 days of fuel on the Ark right now, so I'm going to start refueling the transport pods. And as we butcher the bugs, we'll have access to bug meat for chem fuel as well. Oh my god, stop it with the social fights. Guys, I know there's like a lot of infighting, but you're beating each other unconscious too regularly for me to be comfortable. This is getting out of hand. I mean, infighting is kind of the point of the series, I suppose. I just wish it didn't result in people going unconscious. Alright, speaking of which, I think it's a very fine time, now that you guys have decided to improve weapons and armaments, for me to kick it over to voting again. Here's the second proposal. The Stalwarts demand art in every Stalwart bedroom, and the Pilgrims demand fully illuminated tunnels to mining work sites. Which of those two demands do you think warrants attention? Feel free to vote. And this is the 29th voting session, the first of the first of summer, year 6. Curious how it will break down. Okay, if you haven't voted yet, feel free to do so. You got about 10 more seconds, but it looks like the Pilgrim demands are going to be met again. Maybe. Okay, that there have been. The results of this poll is that mining tunnels will be illuminated. So the current priority right now is improve gear and build lights in the tunnels. So as far as gear goes, the tribal wear is a skin layer and the parka is an outer layer. What we can do is to, if we want better armor, research flak armor or flak vests, which is a middle layer. It doesn't really insulate us from the cold, but it will protect us from like body damage, torso damage, better. For helmets, giving up our toque is a little difficult. So what we could do is we could try to have like heated areas so that we can fight in the winter foregoing our toques. But I think that's going to be a little bit more difficult to do. As far as the rest of the gear, Sheep could probably go for another assault rifle because she's the only one that doesn't really have the range to hit targets the way everyone else does. Alternatively, we could wait for like recon armor. The problem with recon armor, again, is its cold insulation looks really good, but it is a middle and outer layer, and it's relatively expensive. It's going to be hard to roll out to everybody. So we could wait for better armaments for later on, donning recon armor, but there is the risk of hypothermia if we wear recon armor exclusively. Oh, man, I really... so done with these raids. So, at the very least, we got the assault rifle going. And the question is, how should we handle armor? Make flak vests? Or wait for recon / marine? It'll be up to you. So the disadvantage, if you're wondering, of flak vests is it will slow down our running speed. So if we're fleeing from enemies that move at 4.6, which is the default speed, and we're wearing flak vests, they will outrun us. They will run us down, which can be dangerous. I don't flee a lot from enemies, and when I do, in the case of like Cardinal just now, I made sure that Cardinal was hopped up on Go Juice, which sort of guaranteed that they'd be faster than pursuers. We're also going to be rolling out some of the bionics sooner or later, because we're currently in the midst of researching bionic replacements. So at some point, it might be less of a penalty to wear flak vests, at least for our stalwarts that have bionic legs. It's not to say that everyone's going to benefit in the same way. Wow. Zeusin, your work frenzy is ridiculous. You are half done with the assault rifle already. Oh my god. I'm surprised there's not more iron up there. I guess we've been interrupted a lot lately. There was other minor nice-to-haves that I was considering doing. I was considering adding a door here that goes up to the outer hallways, and adding a door here. Now that we have a little bit more power for heat, I can worry a little bit less about perfectly insulating the farm. I think that that might help our colonists move around a little bit faster. therefore being worth it. Are the northern passage doors still open? Yeah, but they are supposed to be. So am I done? Yeah, there's only 3 more dead people. Good. So we're almost done cleaning up all the corpses. Axios. Let's have you finish that. Come on, fire spread. No, it failed. But why are those heaters off? Oh, I see. Okay, arc tuning. We're browning out. When I've been upgrading the arc, we haven't necessarily been adjusting the fuel, so brownout isn't surprising as a result. And it looks like you guys want me to wait for higher quality armor, not get flak. Copy that. Is it the right time for a power surge? Well, it wasn't exactly voted on. The other thing is we wanted illuminated lights within the tunnels. That was another one of the projects that was voted on. So, the mostly unlit ones are here. And we're going to start to dedicate steel for tunnel lighting. Alright, I think that basically covers everywhere it needs to be. Assault rifle's done. And sheep will trade up. I'm going to keep Cardinal with the sniper rifle, as Cardinal has a shooting of 17 and is tough and can run faster than most. So in terms of improving weapons, like, I'm pretty much already done. There really wasn't much else for me to do. So we are going to be build lights in the tunnels, and then I'll pull you guys about next project, because there really isn't anything actionable in terms of improving weapons and armor, because we don't have the armor research yet. Hadn't updated the home zone in a while, so let's fix that. That looks about right. And it seems like we're pretty low on cotton. I'll keep an eye on that. We're finally building up a positive stockpile of chem fuel. So we will start processing the wood into it as well. And having illuminated tunnels, kind of nice, gotta say. It is weird. I think it also goes without saying that they would want lights in the ideology room. So I'm going to do that regardless of the fact that it wasn't actually voted on, because that's kind of like a, as far as I'm concerned, a no-brainer. Should have been done already. So if you're wondering, sauce is down to 53%. And Fishpick's going to hit him with a reduction. We're trying to convert him to stalwart. We're working on it. There we go. That's a big jump. And lit tunnel is going to be quite the luxury once it's done. Steel is down to about 600, which is totally fine. And you guys want me to build a kitchen for cooking. Okay. So I have the electric stove already for the psychite, but it's not a formal kitchen. I think what I want to do is expand this area where the NPM is, because that makes the most sense. Meaning moving the chunks out of the way because they're, you know, not where they ought to be. And then once that's all moved aside, we can go ahead and set up the footprint for the kitchen. Maybe I'll change that back. Deeper purple makes it a little bit more clear. There we go. Wish Zeus wasn't so backed up with tasks. Perhaps it might, given that she's at crafting 18, be reasonable to eventually replace that with an automatic tailor to help to speed up that process. I'm not going to do that right now, but maybe in the future. Also, I think I'm going to abandon the outpost site. Don't really need that active right now either. So we're not quite done with the lights in the tunnels. And then we don't have these lights yet either. Because these are still technically mining tunnels. And there we go. And that will fulfill the voted requirements. And then this also means that any future mining tunnels will also have the same requirements. Basically, it's like a workplace safety law for our that our pilgrims demanded lit environments. But it will certainly help with the commute to work. Beer has been keeping up just fine. So maybe 2 of these beer benches, hop benches, I'm going to switch over to Nutriflower, which allows you to make Nutramine. We have a little bit of Nutramine, 78 of it, but I wouldn't mind stockpiling more of it. Now that all that the chunks have been moved, let's push out the size of this kitchen so that I have more room to actually physically cook in that area. And I'm going to replace the limestone door with a wooden one. So let's go ahead and pause the chem fuel from wood. Our chem stockpiles are up to 100. So we're, you know, stockpiling a decent amount. Also decided to flagstone it up. Adds in on a food binge. Okay, well, I guess you're gonna enjoy insect jelly. I won't stop you. Could've been a worse binge. So we've one more light to the north, and then all the mining tunnels are functionally lit. They're not like some of the airlock doors are still dark, but that is they're airlocks. In my book, they don't count. Susan is getting pretty close, almost 3/4 done with bionics. Which is going to be big. Because half of our... Ooh, inspired creativity for fish pick. What should I make? Maybe a... I think what I'm going to try for here is... We don't have the cloth for billiards. I don't have the gold for row bed. What I'll try for is a steel bed. Double. Nope, that's not steel. A steel double bed. All of our beds really are stone. Masterwork. Okay, I can live with that. Everyone already has a masterwork bed. So what I'll do is I'll put this bed in here for Sauce once Sauce converts. Or I could even hook that up in Sauce's bedroom. And switch the bed that Sauce uses. And that way we could phase out the stone bed. There you go. And that prison cell is now more impressive as a result. And certainty is almost done with fully converting, so that's good news too. Alright, finally the structures are getting around to deconstructing the old walls for the NPM room. And then when they're done, we'll have a kitchen area. The lights in the tunnels are done. Awesome. Gonna center that one a little bit better, but that priority is finished. Come on, constructors. So we'll move the kitchen table here. Actually, there. And then I'll put the brewery in here as well once... Oh, no, it won't fit. Okay. Brewery there. I'm going to do 2 more hoppers. The shelf of Psychoid I'll put in here. And then, likewise, I can do a shelf of hops. And a shelf of wort. Insect meat doesn't... Oh, wow. So, hold on. Copy settings. Link settings. There we go. Let's take that stuff out right now, because that's kind of like high-quality stuff. There we go. Done. It's a lot more in the hopper. Then the other 2 things we could do is steel stools. Not super comfortable, but better than nothing. And we have a proper kitchen. It's classified as storeroom, but we know better. It's not. We are almost done with bionics. Yeah, this gives us a pretty good count of our beer available, which is great. And we can start to cook in there. Sauce has converted. So Sauce now is a stalwart. Will be our 11th. I don't think we've had 11. I think that will be a pop record. Now, it looks like our beer and tea supply are totally fine. Not really of much concern. One thing I had mentioned, which I'm going to go ahead and do now, is reduce our drug stockpile. So we'll have Axios load 55 Go Juice, Tanyeo, all the flake, and 40 wake up. Drag it over here and burn it with the body. A light in the kitchen? Oh, that sounds good to me. I hadn't realized it wasn't lit. Alright, that should fix some of our, like, drug oversupply. Antibiotic replacements is now researched. Question for you guys, now that we've finished the kitchen. What do you want me to do? And there's a new option up there, so make sure to read the list. Psychic drone are high for males. That sucks. And again, somehow, Alice avoids burning. You're like the Rasputin of corpses or something. This kill box area is not perfect, but good enough. I had mentioned previously that I wanted to change this wall. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on that. Before I take on whatever other projects you guys vote on. Oh, or not, because we have sappers coming in from 3 different directions. So, screw me, right? Not super good weapons, except for the Southwest group. I'm going to try to quickly dispatch the other groups. And then see if Cardinal can snipe out the ones that are coming in the other direction. If the sappers are going into the turrets, I'm going to have my main force try to take out this contingent. Alright, so these sappers are backtracking. That's exactly what I wanted to have happen. Which got clipped. Ooh, hard in the torso. Alright, North group is done. JD, quick patch. Everybody else, move. Oh, I was not paying enough attention to Cardinal. Shot in the neck. Oof. Alright, Cardinal, you get all the way inside. Now, this is the triple launcher group, but the one with the triple launcher is kind of in back. So there might be time to do something about that. A little worried about what the sappers are going to do. Okay, this group is done. Turrets are done. All of you come down this way, because what we want to do is we want to whittle down their numbers so that the last group flees. So triple is Sachiko. And I'll have to keep an eye on Sachiko. And it looks like you guys want manufacturing bionics to be a high priority when I'm not defending the colony. Alright, does look like the other attackers that are fleeing are not plowing holes through my wall. So Sachiko is going around to the... I don't really know where they're going. I'll be honest. Alright, we ambushed some of the stragglers. I haven't seen the sappers sapping anything yet. So we're sort of doing a divide and conquer, keeping an eye on these guys. So in terms of raiders, it's only these three that I'm got to keep an eye on. Close the distance. Yes, nice. And the last group is now fleeing. That could have ended poorly, but it didn't. Brief lapse of attention paid on Cardinal, which got him shot in the neck, but honestly, it could have ended a lot worse. Winter, how about you get the Molotovs and have you clean up? Oh, you are... No, don't do that. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in the next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Frostwardens.